is no doubt the Eagles had the best draft in the National Football League. There is no doubt that the Eagles have the best roster right now in the National Football League. And I think the DeAndre Swift trade could be what puts the Eagles over the edge. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Are you not basking in the glory of what is the Philadelphia Eagles? Does this off-season not make you want football like tomorrow? I'm ready for training camp to start now. I'm ready to run through a wall. Put a helmet on me. I'm going through a brick wall, no doubt about it. The Eagles, they have the best roster in the National Football League. They, I believe, are the team to beat. And I think DeAndre Swift is what puts them over the edge because he is a true dual threat running back. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly, truly means a lot. It really, really does. And I thank you. And thank you once again to everybody that was with us during the whole live stream, the whole weekend. It was so much fun. It really went fast. Thank you guys. And I also want to thank everybody for your support because we actually hit over 50,000 subscribers, and I am just so humbled and honored that you guys would subscribe to me. So thank you very, very much. It truly means a lot to me. It really, really does. Now, I know that we all know how great the draft was. We know that teams are literally crying like babies over the fact that the Eagles went out and they just destroyed the draft. These GMs are literally jealous. They're literally jealous of Howie Roseman and how good he did. Now, you want proof that I'm not just saying this and that teams are scared? Just look at Mark Holmes. Just go watch any of his videos. He's already trying to make excuses to why Dallas is better. He had a miserable draft and he spent all weekend in basically damage control mode, trying to talk people into liking their picks. It is a beautiful thing because us Eagle fans, we don't have to sit back and try to talk people into it. We know we just totally killed and murdered this draft. It was unbelievable. Jalen Carter pick, the Nolan Smith pick, what the Eagles did, especially on day 3, to me, is what's going to put them over the top because I truly believe that this DeAndre Swift move, in my opinion, like this was the move that put you over. We talked about on this channel especially a lot that we needed another running back. We needed to upgrade that running back spot. We needed to go out and get another running back. And if Anderson was off the board, if Carter was off the board, you needed to go out and get a running back. The Eagles, they didn't draft one. They traded for one, and they traded for a young one. 24-year-old kid, DeAndre Swift, from Georgia, the Eagles farm system. And they bring him in. He's coming in on a contract year. And this kid, when he plays, he's one of the best dual threats in the National Football League. Get this. Most games with 5 catches and 50 receiving yards by a running back since 2020. Austin Eckler has 14. That's no surprise. Alvin Kamara, 13. Christian McCaffrey, 12. Next up, DeAndre Swift, 7. So if you're telling me he's the 4th best receiving running back in the National Football League in terms of production, I'll take it because I think one of the elements that the Eagles definitely missed out on, especially offensively, is a guy who can go out NBA dual threat for them in the passing game. Miles Sanders, he did a great job, especially early in his career. He did an absolutely great job. His rookie year, we'll say, his rookie year. He did a great job as a receiving running back. But after his first year, he never was that again. And I think that's one element on the Eagles and their offense that they really could upgrade. And doing it just makes them more dangerous. I think DeAndre Swift, I think this trade is what's going to put the Eagles over the top. I really do. Because I really thought a running back was important. Like, I really thought you needed to upgrade a running back. And, looking at defense, right? If you look at the defense they have now compared to what they have last year, you still lost players, right? You still lost Hargrave, 11 sacks. Now, Jalen Carter is a great replacement for him. But as a rookie, do you expect Jalen Carter to come in and have 11 sacks? I don't think that's going to happen. In time, he will be more dominating, and I think he'll be better than Hargrave. But, you got to let rookies be rookies. In the meantime, while Hargrave is learning, while hopefully Jordan Davis is coming in really good shape, ready to take another step, while Nolan Smith is learning, while these guys are learning, Nakobe Dean playing for the first time, while these guys are doing that, going through those growing pains, you're going to have an offense that nobody can stop. You're going to have an offense that's going to score 30-plus points on Mother Humps. It's going to be every week. And I don't see a weakness in the Eagles' offense. The one weakness that I would have said last year is it would be nice if you had a running back who was more of a threat out of the backfield. DeAndre Swift gives you that. And I truly, truly believe by the end of the year, next year, at the end of the year, we're all going to be saying, man, we got to find a way to keep DeAndre Swift. We got to find a way to keep him. This kid, he's got to stay healthy. But if he does, he is literally got the potential to be a top 5 back. I think he's a better back than Miles Sanders. So this is a complete upgrade. You got him, okay, he's a complete upgrade over Miles Sanders. But now you got Rashad Penny. Now, we've talked about Rashad Penny and the fears I have with him and him being hurt. But now, him as a backup running back, the second running back, a rotation running back with DeAndre Swift, I think it's a great 1-2 punch. And then you throw in Kenneth Gainwell, kind of change of pace. Man, the Eagles, they're nasty on offense. They're nasty, and that's what they needed to be. So I am just ecstatic. Like Mike Tyson, I'm the white Mike Tyson. I'm ecstatic. Our offense is impregnable, okay? That's how I feel. And the great thing is if you look at what the Eagles are paying their running backs, it's insane. Look at this. DeAndre Swift, 2023 salary, $1.7 million. Rashad Penny, $1.2 million. Boston Scott, $1.2 million. Trey Sermon, $1.1 million. Kenneth Gainwell, $1 million. The total amount of the money the Eagles are paying their top 5 running backs in 2023 is a combined $6.3 million, as Gainwell and Sermon are the only 2 players under contract past this season. So it's going to be interesting. The Eagles could go in a situation next year where we could be talking about running back again. There's no doubt about it. But my hope is that DeAndre Swift goes out, stays healthy, has a huge year, and if Eagles find a way to keep him, that's what I really want. But when I look at the draft and Carter and Nolan Smith, these guys, they're all great picks. The Eagles had a great draft. But to me, it's the DeAndre Swift move that puts the Eagles over the top, where I think this team can go back to the Super Bowl. Because the way I look at it, the Eagles, with young defensive players that will be learning on the fly this year, and the defense is going to be good, no doubt about it. But that offense, to me, that offense is more dangerous now. I think it's better now, and they can come at you in waves. Now, you don't always have to run Jalen Hurts to get 1 yard on 3rd and 1, 3rd and goal. What are you doing, crazy cat? You can actually go ahead and hand the ball off to Swift, hand the ball off to Trey Sermon, hand the ball off to Rashad Penny. Although I should say, Trey Sermon, I don't know if he's a guy that is going to make this team. I would say, if I had to guess, I would say the odd man out is most likely going to be Trey Sermon. And I say that because you got a big back, I think, pretty big back in Penny, who's 215, 220. Then DeAndre Swift's about 210, 215. So Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell, I think they're a good change of pace to Swift and Penny. So my guess is Trey Sermon most likely is the guy on the outs. But the Eagles, they got a back that could get short yardage now. They also have a back that you could run him on a wheel route. You can use him in the receiving game in DeAndre Swift. You could get that screen game going. I mean, the threat that DeAndre Swift gives you and the element he gives you is an extra element than Miles Sanders gave you because he gives you something in the passing game. To me, the DeAndre Swift move is the move that puts the Philadelphia Eagles over the top. It's what it does. And I am absolutely 100% excited about this team and where we go. Now, I think they're saying the schedule comes out. They're saying it might come out like the 11th, but sometime I think maybe next week. My guess it's going to be on a Tuesday. So my guesses will be, May 9th? That's when I think the schedule will be out. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. But man, I think this team really, I like the way the roster is constructed more than I like it last year. Now, you lost guys who were veteran players that could play right away, right? You lost Kaiser White. You lost Edwards. You then lost Javon Hargrave. You lost guys, obviously, but the way they're constructed now, they're younger, and you got guys signed for multiple years. Bradbury's signed for multiple years. Slay is signed for multiple years. You got Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. They're not going anywhere. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis. They're young. They're not going anywhere. Avonte Maddox, you gave him a contract. So I really like how this team is constructed on both sides of the ball. But I believe this. I believe it's the offense that is going to take the Eagles over the top because I think the offense is actually better than it was a year ago. Just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. The DeAndre Swift most underrated move that was made this past weekend. Take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Did you guys see this whole thing this weekend where the Eagles, they swapped picks with the Cardinals because the Cardinals were apparently tampering with Jonathan Gannon the whole time, and they said the Eagles were really pissed off because the Eagles felt like Jonathan Gannon, his head wasn't in winning the Super Bowl. His head was in becoming a head coach. It's unbelievable. Jonathan Gannon, I mean, by all accounts from what we've seen, dude's very deceptive. You think about it. He says, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be the defensive coordinator next year. He knew he was going somewhere. He already knew. Then he comes out, he trashes the Eagle fan base. And then he comes out and he tries to take success, like take credit for their success. Then to think that this guy was actually like said, I didn't even know the Cardinals wanted to interview me. I was trying to get on the plane. How he said, no, you're going to stay. You got a job interview for head coach. He was already talking to them, negotiating. What a piece of crap. I hope the Cardinals lose every game. Denzel Washington out.